amount daily, minimal. Unless you're really on an Atkins diet and you have no carbohydrates whatsoever, then you should replenish with the fat. But otherwise, if you're taking carbohydrates in the plan that I just presented, fat should be minimal throughout the day because it's hidden in all protein sources. Chicken, fish, steak, anything like this has hidden fat. And normally, mostly would be saturated fat, unfortunately. Only fish also have some hidden fats, have essential fats in it. But other than that, beef, anything else, mostly have a saturated fat. So don't take any extra fat unless it's essential fat. Essential fats, omega-3, omega-6 fatty acids, are physiologically needed. Essential means our body cannot produce, and that's why we need to take. It has to be a daily dietary intake of essential nutrients. So fat, to summarize important issues, do not take any extra. Take just a minimal amount daily, which is usually hidden in all your high-protein meals. If you remember, you have to take 400 grams of protein. Absolutely necessarily, in all that protein is going to be a lot of hidden fat. I would just give you examples so you don't have to go to the nutritional books and try to find nutritional information. 4 ounces, or about 100 grams, if you're from Europe and you're on the metric system, 4 ounces of any kind of meat is between 20 and 25 grams of protein. Chicken breast, turkey breast, fish, steak, anything else, it's about 20 to 25 grams of protein. Now, how much fat? It can vary, for chicken and turkey, 2, 3, 4 grams of fat. To the steak can be, very high. Lean cuts of steak, the leanest is London broil. That's my choice. It's 4 to 5 grams, which is very low, if you would admit. Or go very high to 30, 40 grams of fat. And that's, I think, unnecessary and the wrong choice. A lot of people would tell me how about cheeses? Yes, cheese has some protein, yes, but unnecessary, too much fat. And don't forget, you need to take 400 grams of protein, right? But only minimal amounts of fat, let's say maximum 100. So you cannot take some nutrients that is 50% protein, 50% fat, because by the time you would have 400 grams of protein, it would be way too much fat. So you have to be, choosing that, yes, you can have a little bit, but not too much. Total amount of macronutrients, protein, fat, and carbs are what is important. I don't want to talk about calories. Calories are just final number at the end that you can multiply for you to understand where you are. But 400 grams of protein is a must, and no more than 100 grams of fat would also be a must. So choose your proteins very carefully. As I was talking about the fat, we talked about essential fats. They are omega-3, alpha-linolenic acid, and omega-6 linoleic acid. It's physiologically needed in a minuscule amounts, fortunately, so we don't need to really take huge amounts. But as body needs it, body should get it. So make sure you take some, and the best sources would be fish oils, and one of those protein meals, I would prefer if it's a fish meal. Therefore, you're going to have a good amino acids coming from fish and also essential fats coming from fish oils. Let's say Udo's Choice Oil. I'm not endorsing any products here, but Udo Erasmus is really world-class expert, and he wrote a book, Fats That Heal, Fats That Kill. That's popular Udo's Choice Oil that I would say is the best oil out there. So if you've never tried it, please do so. It's an excellent source of omega-3, omega-6 fatty acids. Omega-6, okay, flax seed oil is also a good choice for omega-3. Omega-6 would be sunflower oil as well, canola oil. And omega-6, fortunately, a lot of Americans and people in Europe take a sufficient amount anyway, so that's not the really true worry, but omega-3 is. I have some people that are just strictly against any kind of saturated fats. Saturated fats are still needed. Hormones are made out of saturated fats. So we do need some. And we have this argument that people say we need it, and some people, no, absolutely we don't. We do need small amounts, but that amount is already in, as I say, hidden in all the protein sources that we are taking. So omega-3, omega-6, please do it. If you don't take the in oil form, there are some capsules form, dietary supplements available. But this would get us to our final chapter of this Secrets of the Pro Diet, that I want to, together with you now, structure diet for all of you, including myself. We were talking about small, frequent meals throughout the day. And I say preferably, minimum 5 to, let's say, as much as 12. If you can really eat every hour, so be it. That's even better. One thing that I didn't really discuss in the details, but I'm going to mention right now, there are two very important things that we should consider. One is thermic effect of food or feeding, and thermic effect of exercise. Thermic effect of food or feeding is calories that our body is going to use trying to process some kind of food. So first, I want to say is like, if you have a 200 or 2,000 or any amount of calories in one sitting, or have identical food in identical amount in, let's say, 2 sittings, because we have 2 times that we take the certain amount of food, thermic effect of feeding is going to be higher in 2 meals rather than 1, even though we are taking identical food. So, for example, if you take twin brothers or sisters, or let's say it's triplets, and the parents would feed exact food, exact because they love their kids exactly the same, so they give them the same choices and same amounts. And one would take all food, whatever that might be, in 1 sitting, and second in 3, and the third one in 5. The kid with the 5 meals is going to have the best nutritional benefits, is going to lose the most amount of body fat, and they're going to have a best absorption of all the nutrients. And besides this, because of elevated thermic effect of feeding, is going to, like I said, lose most weight. And that's one thing that a lot of you probably people that purchase this DVD, you want to lose weight. So this is that one little trick. Every time we eat, our metabolism increases. And that's why I was talking about 5 meals are much better than 1 or 2 or 3, because every time we eat, something happens. Imagine if I just swallowed this pen right now, something is going to happen. Your body is not just going to let it go. It's going to try to process, digest, and eliminate. And in that process, a lot of calories are going to be burnt. So if you have the same amount of food and same choices for 3 different kids, and we take at once, a lot of it is going to go to waste. And it's going to be only 1 time elevation of metabolism due to feeding. If you have 5 times, there's going to be 5 times during that day elevation of metabolism due to this feeding process that the body is going to try to absorb everything. So that's why we are going with the frequent small meals, to elevate thermic effect of feeding. Also, macronutrients, all having a different TEF number, which you would say. Protein and starchy, fibrous, complex carbohydrates have the highest thermic effect of feeding, and fat have the lowest. So that's why also the diet that bodybuilders are using, and the diet that I'm recommending to you, which is high in protein and high in fibrous carbohydrates, is also for that reason, for high thermic effect of feeding. Thermic effect of exercise obviously means exactly this, that our body, as we exercise, we are physically active, is burning more calories. So that thermic effect from the more the better exercises, instead of being couch potato, doing some computer work or not really doing anything physical, those are the two aspects how a person can lose weight. These two. I'm going to digress from our Secrets of the Pro diet just for one very important reason, I do believe, because, as I said, some of you guys are here to learn how to lose weight. And I feel obligated to explain one thing, as in the last 15 years I've seen over and over people making the same cardinal mistake. And this is what is needed to be explained. Let's say that your best friend, or your fiancé, or your sister want to lose some weight. And she wants to lose a considerable amount of weight because she's overweight due to her habits in last, let's say, a part of her life. So logically, don't blame her. Everybody does it. Most of the people, and mostly ladies, believe in order to lose weight, right, they need to eat less. The minimal amount they eat, the better. That's their thinking, believing that, oh, if I don't eat, I'm going to lose. So let's say that the average lady that would have a, let's say, 2,000 calories metabolic rate. What does that mean? Metabolic rate means that this is how many calories that person is going to use throughout the day without losing or gaining. That's their maintenance level. There is so-called basic metabolic rate. That's how much calories are burnt in if person is resting. And then everything you do throughout the day is adding to it. That thermic effect of feeding, thermic effect of exercise, all add to the BMR, basic metabolic rate. But let's say 2,000 calories is the amount of calories that that person burns daily, including everything, BMR and all her activities. So today, tomorrow, next day, every single day, if this person eats 2,000, she's going to maintain the same level. So as I said now, they want to lose weight. So they believe, I'm just going to stop eating. I'm going to eat very little. I'm going to go down to, let's say, okay, 1,500 or 1,000 calories. Let's go for drastic, not just 15. Let's go for 1,000, as I've seen many ladies do that. So first day, she's going to do this, and second day, and third day, and fourth, and so on. And within a week or a couple of weeks, she's going to stand on the scale and say, yes, this diet is working. I'm losing weight. This is great. So obviously they're accomplishing something. They believe that this is the right diet. Well, what happens here? First day, her body needs 2,000 calories. She has only 1,000 intake. Well, on this day, particular day, body is missing 1,000 calories. It's going to take it from somewhere. So your body is going to go into the energy reserve. There is body fat as energy reserve, and the glycogen as an energy reserve. Glycogen is stored in the liver and the muscle, and that's a carbohydrate, if you remember, stored, for emergency situation. And here it is. Emergency situation, 1,000 calories are missing. We got to get it. So body breaks down glycogen. If you remember, there was 1 gram of glucose and 2.7 milliliters of water. Well, body's going to break that glycogen molecule, use the glucose as energy, and release the water. So if you step on the scale right there and then, you're going to be lighter because a lot of water is gone. I will be honest and say that it's not going to be all 1,000 calories they're missing coming out of glycogen only. Some body fat at that time would be also used. But what else? Muscle tissue. Muscle tissue, your body's going to try to break it down and get rid of it to find this 1,000 calories they're missing today. So after one day, that person is going to lose some weight, 100% for sure. I'm going to give her that. Next day, she does the same. Again, 1,000 calories are missing. And the next day, and the next day. And in that process, body is going to now be in survival mode. What that means? body sensor, there is a big discrepancy. There is 1,000 calories missing. And at this pace,